Should I start singing again? Business Besties Live. I feel like we could really do a jazz number. Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Business Besties Live, where we sing, we dance, and we do business together. How's that
Yes,
for an opening? Yes, I love it.
yes, yes. And we're so grateful that you are here with us, sharing this space with us. And we hope that you get great value from what we want to talk about today, because this is something that Mindy and I see so often. And friends, if you're new to our world, Mindy and I have been business besties for a couple of years now. We both met coaching and just became business besties. We'd solve all the world's business problems on the phone in the morning while we were like driving carpool or getting dressed. And so we decided we wanted to bring those conversations to you and really help you move it forward in your business and understand that the problem is not with you. The problem is that you're believing all the things that you're hearing online and they're not all truthful. So we
Yeah.
just want to kind of break down those myths and help you move forward.
Yeah. As
Anything?
two girls that are, pardon? Oh, yes. A couple of things, no, we're both
No,
still building, we're both still
we're
in the trenches, building the businesses, selling the things, doing all that kind of stuff as well. So we're really coming alongside you in this journey, but also just fully transparent in all of it. It's hard. It's not easy. If somebody told you it was easy, they lied to you. Last week, I do want to touch on, last week we talked about shiny objects, right? That we're always being marketed to, and we want to click and buy, click and buy. We think that's productive. The same goes for these dopamine hits. You guys
Yep.
think that you're being productive and you think that, you know what I mean? You're clicking and you're clicking and you're clicking. And we're going to really unpack like how to look for dopamine hits in your business. And through some of that is mastering the mundane, which I'm kind of getting ahead of myself on. But Kara, do you want to just, let
Well,
her rip your chip?
so I want to say this. What we've noticed is, and we work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and obviously we're entrepreneurs ourselves, and so many of us have probably undiagnosed ADHD. And the way the ADHD brain works is it runs on dopamine. And
Yeah.
so in order to, I mean, it doesn't matter what I'm trying to do in my life, I have to find a way for there to be a dopamine hit if I'm going to actually do the thing. Right? Is it I will make a list and I'm able to check off, which gives me a dopamine hit? Whatever it is, like for me, when I sit down and pay bills, going from that big stack to I can put them all where they go and file them away, that's a dopamine hit, right?
Yeah.
Like we have to look for those things. So we want to talk today about those dopamine hits don't just show up. You have to go find those, and you're going to find those when you're mastering the mundane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the non-sexy stuff is what we also call it. It's the stuff
Mhm.
that is just showing up, showing up, showing up. And let's get into this conversation, Kara, because we run a mastermind together. We came together. We launched something called Unstuck and Unstoppable back in when did we do it again? I forget the year. Was it
2025,
2025?
2025.
We launched it again in 2026. We're going to have a summer edition of that coming soon. But we launched this foundational Unstuck and Unstoppable program that launched then a mastermind after that. And we're talking to the ladies in the mastermind, on a weekly basis. That Called to Activate is the name of the mastermind. And we're talking to the ladies on a weekly basis about their plan and their next step that they need to take in their business. And I am telling you guys, and I can say this truthfully because I am in the same boat, running the play, creating the content, the call to action, it's not as sexy as it sounds. It's actually kind of boring. And you're like, so I got to keep doing this and I got to keep doing this and I got to keep doing this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And here's what we want to help you with in that today is as you're creating your content, you've got your call to action, you're creating your stories, you've got your call to action, you are mundane, mundane, mundane. You've got to find the dopamine hits within that kind of work because it is repetition over repetition over repetition that is going to get you what you ultimately are looking for. The leads coming in the door, the new clients closing sales, the people buying your stuff. Like that is what is going to build that know, like, and trust. And so we really want to help you. Let's talk about this, Kara. How can they find those dopamine hits when they're creating the content, mastering the mundane? Can we talk about
So
that?
I'm actually, and I know for those of you who are watching or who are listening via podcast, you're not going to be able to see my screen, but I'll describe it. I actually content creation and scheduling and all of that, if I don't schedule, chances are I'm not going to be consistent. So I like to be able to pre-schedule my content. There's seasons where I can post organically consistently, but then there's a lot of seasons that I just can't. Well, sitting down to create the content, once it's like created and posted, you kind of forget about it. And it's super boring and it doesn't look pretty. And so, what I'm going to tell you is being a creative, I had to find a way, and I'm going to share my screen to go from, and I'm going to tell y'all kind of what this looks like in real life. Let's see this one. Okay. So, right here, you can see it's just a list of words. It has a little icon next to it. It says it's scheduled and it has a date, right? I don't look at this and get a dopamine hit. I look at this and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I think I have something scheduled. I can't even remember what it looks like. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second and I'm going to show you what I had to do to make creating that content actually just visually where I can see that I've made progress and I'm excited about it, which gives me my dopamine hit. So let me find, so sorry. I thought I had
No, I
the
love
screen.
that you're sharing this, and I'm gonna stop for a minute while you're doing this. I wanna
Yeah.
talk to those of you that, like, this is me. That looks so aesthetically pleasing to me, but I am so fly by the seat of my pants, and I've been doing it for 7 years, and I guess I don't know, right, wrong, and different. I wish I had that, and I don't, and that's okay. That's
Correct.
Kara's thing right now. And if
Yep.
that's not your thing right now, it's okay too. Do you know what I mean? I just want to talk to those people because,
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like, am I failing? Do I suck? I don't have my content scheduled out. This, again, like aesthetically, it looks so beautiful. Okay, Kara, you tell them what this is.
All
Wow.
right. So what I had to do is take an extra 30 seconds to create a visual calendar so that I could see that I do have content scheduled that's coming out so that I can see the progress. I can also in a visual, I'm like, okay, so I can tell where I'm falling behind, where I need to pre-schedule. If I'm gonna go on vacation, I know like everything is scheduled for that week and being able to plan ahead. That other calendar, it does not give me a dopamine hit and can't give me the visual to make me feel like I've actually done something in my business. So this is just one of those ways that we can get the dopamine hits.
Mm.
Another way that we can do that, and this is something that sorry, I'm trying to find the stop share. One of the ways that we can do that is setting up a notification for every time that we get an email subscriber.
Mm.
Somebody joins our list, right? You can actually, most platforms will allow you to say, notify me if I get a notice or if I get someone signed up. And those dopamine hits tell you that your invisible marketing, that post that you made 6 weeks ago has
Mhm.
generated a lead, right? Or somewhere somebody has gotten into your funnel and then you can get excited about, okay, so something I'm doing is working, which fires you up and keeps you going.
That is so true, and that makes me think too. You make such a good point, and again, this is where Kara's, like, expertise and the way you created that spreadsheet and the way you have that stuff set up, like, on the tech side of things is so you, and that's so awesome. On my side of things, and for those of you that are social sellers, and actually, it doesn't matter what you're selling, if it's a course, if it's a product, whatever it is, like, where I get my dopamine hits from, obviously, when you just start scrolling the socials and whatever, like, you go through the scroll hole and we are wired, that's an easy dopamine hit. But if you are building a business, that requires discipline. So this is again why you need to like dig deep. Where are these dopamine hits coming from? I love to talk in my stories. If you guys follow me, like today, like I was in my bathroom, I'm starting to do, I think, a Bible study from my bathroom. That's like a new thing that I'm doing. Anyway, so as I'm kind of getting ready, we're talking about Jesus and I'm sitting on the toilet backwards because now I have a window. It's a whole thing. Anyway, my point is this. I just love it. My point is this. Yesterday I talked about, as I was getting ready and stuff, I've been noticed my lashes and how long my lashes have gotten. So I started talking about this lash serum and this mascara that I've been using and that I love. My dopamine hits come from the word serum, the word mascara. Send me the links. Send me the links. I got like 4 or 5 people that I've talked to about that. So that's where my dopamine hits come from. Those new leads that come in the door, those are hits. Those new sales that come in the door, those are hits. To Kara's point, and you actually reminded me of something. Like I need to set up on my freebies and I see my email list growing when I look at my numbers once a month, but I don't get those hits. So that's another good way to find those dopamine hits because my friends, you can be, again, you're mastering the mundane. You should be running your play for the next 90 days. And if you start getting traction and action, that's a key indicator to keep going. Success leaves clues. There's one of them. If you're consistently doing your message and you're offering your offer and you're not getting anything, that's some clues too. You got to change it up, right?
Yeah, 100%. And so the other thing is we want you to, on those days where you're not getting any dopamine hits. Let's say that I go a few days and I don't have anyone opting into my email. I don't have somebody commenting, maybe because I haven't posted any content or been in my stories like, Mindy talks about. In order to keep going, I've got to go find my dopamine hits,
Yeah.
meaning I need to go check my analytics and compare them to what did it look like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's all data. But most of the time, what you're going to see is if you have been running the play, if you've been mastering the mundane, there's going to be metrics there that are positive, and that's going to give you that dopamine hit. So, friends, it is your responsibility to find the dopamine hits in your business.
Yeah.
No one's going to give them to you. You're going to have to find them. You're going to have to create them. You're going to be systematic about creating. If I go to do a new process and I'm like, I know my personality and I'm not going to be able to maintain this if it doesn't have these characteristics and doesn't give me a dopamine hit, I've got to weave one in there.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. You do. And this is again the hard stuff. This is the hard stuff that people don't tell you about business. This is a reason why some people are really ready to give up because they're looking for the easy hits. The easy hits is scrolling the social. Your brain wants the hit. Go give it something that builds something. You got to retrain the brain. You just do. Welcome to entrepreneurship, friends. It's
Master
not
the
easy.
Monday.
Yeah, master the mundane and go get yourself some of those wins and retrain your brain that like just to wrap it up again, those email notifications coming in, those are hits. Those sales that are coming in, those are hits. Those keywords that people are dropping, those are hits, right? Somebody fills out your form and you get a notification in your email, those are hits. And so again, man, just oh man, it's a daily discipline, isn't it, Kara? It really is.
It really is. I had somebody say a while back, like, nobody's coming to save you when it comes to entrepreneurship. This is something that you have to dig deep and you have to want it. That's why not everybody is successful at entrepreneurship. But the people that are the people who are crafting their systems so that they are building the resistance. And in this case, the dopamine hits for any of you that are ADHD like me. You're crafting that business and you're setting your systems up so that they keep you moving too,
Yeah.
because that you have got to consistently show up. You
Yeah.
are the one that is the most important in your business, right? If you quit showing up, you no longer can serve your customers and your business falls by the wayside.
Yeah. And so if you're looking for this accountability piece and you're picking up what we're putting down and like, this is something I really like, this would be really, really helpful for me to have what you guys are talking about. And again, Kara brings the tech and the technical, I really bring the mindset, the messaging and that piece of this thing. This is why we work so well together. Thank you, Jesus, for like this girl
Yeah.
from Alabama meets this girl from North Dakota. They fall in love. No, anyway, they become best friends. And so we started Unstuck and Unstoppable as the foundation. Comment the word unstuck because that is a prerequisite for you to get into work with us and called to activate, which is mastermind. Higher
Yeah.
level, we help you guys stay on track. You don't get stuck in the tech because you've got Kara. You don't get stuck in the mindset piece and the messaging piece. You've got me over here. And so we've woven that together and called to activate. So comment the word unstuck if you want to get unstuck and really lay some solid foundation. And then lastly, Kara, tell them about the retreat that we've planned too. I'm so stoked, dude. I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome.
I am too. So, friends, we are bringing y'all to a sweet little southern town in Alabama. It's a cute little mountain town. We've got a house on the side of a mountain with a custom made spa that overlooks
Beautiful.
the bluff. Gosh, so beautiful. We're going to have really good Southern food. We're going to have lots of just refocus retreat. So this is going to look like not a 9 to 5. We're doing classes and all of that. We're going to have business time each day, time with Jesus, and time for fellowship, because we
Yeah.
want you to walk away with new sisters in Christ and new friendships that are going to help spur you on in your business and keep you going. And we've got some amazing ladies already signed up. I think we have about 10 spots left, and we would love it if you wanted to join us. You do not have to be a mastermind member to join us. And what Mindy said about Unstuck being the prerequisite for the mastermind, you don't have to have taken that either to be able to come to the retreat. But I'm going to tell you the reason that that is the requirement or prerequisite. We don't want people to get into the mastermind and ever have the basics of business not as their foundation. We want
Yeah.
to make sure that you understand what entrepreneurship looks like, getting into it, and just really you have that foundation. So we give that to you in a very intense 5 hour training. I mean, it's like 1 hour a day with homework so that you can build that foundation and then come join us to make super great progress.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. There's what we got going on. So again, if you are wanting to lean into this a little closer, or just keep tuning into Business Besties Live as long as you want. Like, we'd love to have you
Yeah.
here too. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, do all the things that you need to do in order to be getting this episode and the future ones sent to you or showing up on your socials. So anyways, we love and appreciate you guys. Yeah. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you guys back here. Same time, same place next week. Until then, God bless. See you.